In the previous class, we took up conjugation. While conjugating, you have to take into consideration three components, that is the verbal root, the tense marker, and the personal markers. The first person singular has, anybody? An as the personal marker in a conjugation, in a finite verb, and for plural it will be O. For second person singular, it is I. Second person plural, ஈர்கள். Unless you are familiar with these things, it will be difficult for you to conjugate a verb. This is second person plural. This plays another role also, that is second person honorific singular, and the word is நீங்கள். For that it will be ஈர்கள். Now we go to third person singular masculine on, feminine all, and for neutral gender adu. We have seen up to adu. We have used all these suffixes in making a finite verb. Let us have one particular verb and try to see with all these combinations. Po is a verb meaning to go, and the present tense marker will be kiru. This is the verbal root, tense marker, present tense marker, and this an is the suffix for or the person marker for non. நான் போகிறேன், போகிறேன். This will be நாங்கள். First person plural. You have another form also for first person plural. Do you remember? It is நாம். நாம் is inclusive and நாங்கள் is exclusive. For both, om will be the personal suffix. So it will be po, kiru plus om, போகிறோம். And for நீ, second person singular. I hope you remember all these words. For நீ, it will be I. நீ போகிறு I. நீ போகிறாய். second person plural is நீங்கள். For நீங்கள், ஈர்கள் will be personal suffix in a verb, and this நீங்கள் has another function also. Remember, it is honorific singular also. For second person, if you have to honor the man, you make use of நீங்கள். If it is just plural, நீங்கள். For both, ஈர்கள் will be the suffix. Let us see how this is added, because that will be a difficult combination. You remember this word? Shall. Shall is to go. Shall plus kiru plus ஈர்கள். Second person plural. Shall, kiru, ஈர்கள். This will be, what happens? These two get combined. செல்கிறீர்கள். Second person plural. நீங்கள் செல்கிறீர்கள். When we move on to third person singular, you have to remember the gender. Whether it is masculine or feminine or neuter, the suffix will differ from the other. So, அவன், third person singular, masculine gender. This is na and ta. In combination, it will be na, da. Now conjugate this word. Have I put it rightly? Nada plus kiru plus on. This has a peculiar tendency of taking in an extra consonant, and the consonant will be from the following letter. The following letter is key, so naturally its consonant is ik. So it will be நடக்கிறான். அவன் நடக்கிறான். Now I replace this and put a proper noun. கண்ணன் is a proper noun. கண்ணன் நடக்கிறான். கண்ணன் நடக்கிறான். வள்ளி வள்ளி. படி படி. படிக்கிறாள். I have given another verb taking an extra consonant like nada. நடக்கிறான் and படிக்கிறாள். One more verb, because you have to remember this. இரு. What does this mean? இரு, to be. Remember that. இரு also takes an extra consonant. So this will be இருக்கிறாள். வள்ளி இருக்கிறாள். As we saw in the previous lesson, let us make use of a word in between. வள்ளி இங்கே இருக்கிறாள். இங்கே is here. You remember that? வள்ளி இங்கே இருக்கிறாள். வள்ளி is here. The verb is at the end of a Tamil sentence. I make it an interrogation. வள்ளி எங்கே இருக்கிறாள்? எங்கே, where? வள்ளி எங்கே இருக்கிறாள்? For this question, the answer will be வள்ளி இங்கே இருக்கிறாள். We saw another type of verb which also undergoes some change. That is nil. Nil, to stand. You add the tense marker, present tense, I have added on. On is a person suffix. Person suffix of which person? Third person, singular, masculine. Nil plus kiru plus on. This one undergoes a change. According to this hard sound, it takes a hard sound. It turns into a hard sound. So this becomes Nirkiran. He stands. So this is another type of verb which undergoes a change in combination. Another verb will be will, to sell. This also will undergo and become Virkiran. So these two verbs follow the same pattern. Just to test your memory, I will write this word here and conjugate it in the present tense. This is va. Naturally, you add the tense marker and you put any suffix. What happens to this verb? It undergoes some change. You remember? First of all, it becomes va. It takes a consonant for easy pronunciation. Again, a vowel which enables it to be pronounced easily, and the whole thing remains the same. So what happens? R plus U, ru, si, ra, el. Varugiral. The same pattern you find with the word ta. Ta is to give. These two verbs undergo this particular type of change while conjugating. Aval, varugiral. Let me change the gender. This is Noi. What is Noi? A dog. What will happen to the verb? You can't say Nai Varugiral. You can't say நாய் வருகிறான். Then what do you say? First of all, you must remember what the personal suffix of third person singular neuter gender. Third person singular neuter gender is adu and the suffix will be adu. So, naturally for நாய் which is in the third person singular neuter gender, the suffix should be adu. Varu, kiru plus adu, varugirathu. நாய் வருகிறது. The dog comes. Let us have one more example. A rat. Kadi is to bite. I have included the personal suffix with the tense marker. Kiru plus adu, kiradu. I have used a verb here. Kadi. This will also undergo a small change by taking a consonant. Eli kadikkirathu. The rat bites. Eli kadikkirathu. We have seen all the three persons, both singular and plural, and also masculine, feminine and neuter genders with their suffixes. We have seen the third person singular. What about third person plural? For human beings, you have a different plural form, and third person plural neuter gender, you have a different form. Do you remember what they are? Our, third person singular honorific. This is honorific, and plural is avargal. So, our will take or and avargal will take argal. Let us make use of these suffixes with verbs. Na, in, ba, in. Nanban. Nanban is a friend. You know you have an honorific term to denote a third person. Nanban means a friend. Suppose I want to give him due respect. What will happen? This becomes nanbar. Though it's a repetition, I would like to recapitulate what I did last time. Avan, it ends with This is masculine. Aval ends with This is feminine. Avar ends with This is honorific. Both for masculine and feminine, the honorific form will be our. So now here you see I have changed nanban into nanbar. That is to say, I have given him a respect, a regard. So now I keep this as the subject. Nanbar comes. What will be the verb? Va is to come. You have the same thing as we had earlier. So this becomes up to this it's okay because it will be common. Now you have to have this suffix. நண்பர் வருகிறார். With all due respect, I give it to the friend. I make use of the term நண்பர். நண்பர் வருகிறார். Let me replace it. Can you read this? Have you ever come across this? ஆசிரியர். ஆசிரியர். Teacher. ஆசிரியர். Naturally, I would like to give him all the respect. வருகிறார். ஆசிரியர் வருகிறார். ஆசிரியர் எழுதுகிறார். ஆசிரியர் வருகிறார். ஆசிரியர் எழுதுகிறார். How will you say the teacher says? Yes? சொல், திரு and are. So naturally it will be சொல்கிறார். ஆசிரியர் வருகிறார். ஆசிரியர் சொல்கிறார். ஆசிரியர் எழுதுகிறார். See, with one subject we have made use of three different verbs, three different finite verbs. They are complete by themselves. ஆசிரியர் சொல்கிறார். ஆசிரியர் வருகிறார். ஆசிரியர் எழுதுகிறார். This is a complete sentence. Now, with are, you must remember it is always third person singular honorific. Suppose I make it absolutely plural. What will happen? I add the plural suffix to this. That becomes நண்பர்கள். Friends. நண்பர்கள். ஐந்து. ஐந்து நண்பர்கள். ஐந்து, do you remember? Stands for 5. ஐந்து நண்பர்கள். 5 friends. Naturally, this takes the plural suffix. Here we have added plural suffix to the noun, and naturally it must be added to the verb also. நண்பர்கள் வருகிறார்கள். ஐந்து நண்பர்கள் வருகிறார்கள். 5 friends are coming. 5 friends come. I am not going to the continuous tense. 5 friends come. Pa, ittu, pattu. Pattu for 10. Hope I remember. 10 நண்பர்கள் ஓடு கிரு. What will happen? You have to add this plural suffix. ஓடுகிறார்கள். ஓடு is to run. 10 நண்பர்கள் ஓடுகிறார்கள். 10 friends run. 10 friends say. 10 friends come. 10 friends ride. So everywhere you have the plural suffix kal to denote that the subject is in plural. Here with the subject also we have this system of adding kal, so that you have a plural subject and the verb also. So kal is added in both the places. A finite verb has a subject, a verbal root, a tense marker and a person marker. Then you have a complete finite right sentence. Now that we have completed the third person, singular and plural for human beings, we shall go in for the neuter gender, both singular and plural. In between, we have to look into the plural of third person human beings. That will be our guide. Okay.